Welcome back, everyone, to Pugmire Pioneer Puppers Pugmas Special Finale.
Woo!
Alright, as we last left off, Rosabella and Lily had made a grand discovery with their mother.
Yes.
Yeah, we all cried.
We cried.
Yeah.
Mom's gonna be okay.
There have been
We have a sister and brother. And Mom's coming back. Well, all of them are coming back with us.
Yeah.
So
It is the definition of a dog's awoo. Instead of a woo, it's an awoo. It's very
Awoo.
exciting. Very exciting.
You gotta love the awoos.
It's exciting as a brand new ball that you thought you lost outside because it blends in with the grass. Yeah.
we're also gonna probably run into that giant thing again, which will be great.
Yes, that is highly likely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Good luck.
But hey,
Godspeed.
I remember this time. I got my siege bow.
Yees.
That thing will take some time to get to me, so in the meantime, the girls got it. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Goodness, you know what I just realized?
What?
I don't think we ever gave you any more of your tricks, did we?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. You know, we've made it this far.
Yeah, we made it this far. It's fine.
Up again, or is this from prior?
Prior,
This
we've
is
never
like
done
a
Jessica's
prior.
trick.
We've never really given me
You
more
know
of my
what? She
tricks.
got her bonus where she can do 2 hits now. She'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll
I'll
be
be
fine.
fine. As long as I keep my my health going up and all that. I think I'll be fine.
It'll even out. It'll even out.
I believe you,
I'm
Ruby.
real good at fight. real good at being tank and fighting.
Yes.
To be a tank and not squishy. How does it feel?
It's not always that great. I feel like I'm taking brunt hits from things sometimes.
As someone who usually plays a tank and has regular "oh shit" moments.
Me over here just, well, this one's gonna die if I don't get in the way, so we'll move along over into your direction.
Yes. The role of the tank is to take the hits for others.
Yeah.
Just, oh no, you can't die. We need you.
So
Just pick Alexander up by the scruff. Continue talent.
Just pick her
Let me
up.
be the martyr.
Pick her up by the scruff, just throw her behind, she'll figure it out. She'll land.
She can just launch. hey, one day Rosabella will, and that'll be the funniest moment.
Alexander is in fact launchable size.
Absolutely.
I think that would be one of the greatest moments in Pugmire history. Will be Rosabella launching Alexandria.
Just throw her at an enemy with her knives. It'll be fine.
It's like throwing the gnome in D&D.
Yeah, exactly.
How to roll for how hard she throws you. If I get a nat 20, damn, a bullet.
If you get a nat 20 and I have my knives out, I think I just cleave through something.
It's the death.
Just become a javelin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alright, so it does take at least a day for your mother to fully heal up from her cold or / flu. The red bone helped significantly.
Thank goodness.
So
Sure, around like in that mid zone. I think I stated it last session, but I'll state it again. Rosabella would alert Alexandria and them about when they're coming home, because she alerts her to, hey, I'm bringing home a couple more people. a couple more people other than my mother. I have a sister and brother, so we're gonna be there.
Rosella? Pause.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
sister? You mean Lily?
No. I mean, yeah, Lily if she wants to stay, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna be going back to the Branch family eventually. But no, we have a sister, a little sister actually, older than little brother, but yeah.
Immediately, like I think you hear the click of it, the thing coming on, and you just hear the distant flapping of her tail, and just right. Well, I will get the maids on it immediately to get some rooms prepared. Make them aware that they are more than welcome to stay as long as they would like.
Okay, will do.
Be safe.
Obviously.
I'll see you in a few days then. I should just
See you in a
click
few
out.
days.
Mm-hmm.
So, for recap, the brother's name is Chrysanthemum, and the sister's name is Mum. The sister is older than Chrysanthemum. He was named after her. It's like, okay, we've already got a mum. Let's just name him Chrysanthemum.
Mm-hmm.
And they do the whole flower thing in Rosabella's family.
Yep. Which is funny because, you know, the parents were lady and,
Well,
um,
I would say it's probably because
Jackson.
of your mom loving flowers.
Yeah, more than likely.
But
It fits them, though.
it will take a day for her to be fully ambulatory and healthy enough to travel. It will take another day for her to finalize, not even like selling the house, but to finalize the process of having it sold. So eventually she's going to just have some money coming to her in Pugmire.
Okay.
But it doesn't... The good thing about stuff like this is it doesn't take that long to get the process started, but the finishing can take months to years. So, all told, you end up staying for about 3 days.
Okay.
And so, when your mom said she had a carriage, I'm not sure what you're expecting carriage-wise, but this is... it's more on the lines of a Roma carriage. Like, it's basically the medieval equivalent of a mobile home.
Oh. So it's not like the fancy people carriage.
No, this is like
it's
a
like
Romani
a
carriage.
yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at those right now. Okay. I mean, I was expecting a Little House on the Prairie type, so.
Yep. No, this is, they also have a buckboard that the father used, but she does not drive this thing, the buckboard. It's too many memories in it, and she don't want to mess with it, so this is... We're going to travel, we're taking our home, as much home with us as we can.
These things literally, like, there's some that do look like the Little House on Prairie thing, but I'm imagining it's this, like, more wooden built one that looks like a little house. Looks like a little... That's cute.
Yep.
The real question is, did she put like Chris and Mom's like tiny little paw prints on the inside, or they stamped somewhere on the inside wood?
They absolutely are. Like, there's all 4 of them. Their paw prints are there. Like, Rosabella, as you enter the carriage for the first time, you are immediately met by, on a plaque above the sink in the carriage, there are 4 paw prints, just in black ink.
Isabella goes over to him to kind of like, I'm assuming it'd probably be dry at this point.
Oh,
but,
yeah, no, absolutely.
And I can see her like probably looking at Jackson's, her father's, and probably putting her paw up next to it
your paw
The
is considerably larger than your mother's, but still doesn't quite fill out your father's.
Oh.
Oh no, dumb things have made me cry. Oh no.
I think Rosabella's, like, she just looks very fond and just kind of, like, sniffles a little bit and then kind of shakes her head and then looks at her little siblings and just looks at her hand, like, looks at her hand compared to theirs, and I imagine they're significantly.
Oh, absolutely. This was probably done when they were considerably younger.
She would just have this really, like, very fond smile and just, well, she looks at Lily and just, guess we'll have to add ours on here too.
Yes, we will. But maybe I think we should have someone you know do a nice family portrait for us.
Miss Bella nods and just, yeah, he'd like that, wouldn't he?
I think he would be ecstatic. Um, so, pulling this carriage is a solid black Percheron and a chestnut Clydesdale. These are two very large draft horses.
Oh yeah, they gotta be big. They're pulling a lot of weight, so they gotta be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. They can move at a considerable speed, even pulling the wagon, but they're not going to tire themselves out. So you figure with resting and changing drivers, night stops, it's probably going to take you a good week to get home.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad. I mean, it's nothing like the 2 days that it took for them to get there, but
No, not at
or
all.
it was like 1 day that it took for them to get there, but like
18 hours, yeah.
18 hours. Like,
But yeah, so as you are leaving the town of Waterdogport, you do see there is a small gathering of villagers that are waving your mother away. There is an otter who is standing on a bucket holding a gaggle of, you're not sure what they are, in his arms and just waving emphatically as you ride out of town.
I imagine Rosabella just smiling at her mom and just, well, you all were pretty loved, huh?
Well, they say your father saved the town. They were having issues keeping people working in the lumber industry, and he turned a lot of things around, put people to work in the right place, and got everything organized. That's why they made him a foreman.
It was pretty amazing.
He worked his hardest up until the last. He was still wanting to get out of bed and go to work even with laid up with a broken leg.
I guess I can understand that. Rosabella just now realizing just how much of her father she is.
So we'll go back over to the world map. So, as you're leaving Waterdogport, go ahead and give me a notice check.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see what it says.
Yep.
Oh!
Neither of
Oh!
you, unless you want to pull a card, but neither of you notice it.
Oh! You know what? Sure, let's go. Hold on. I have to shift things around as I'm doing that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Golly. Okay, never mind. I guess.
Okay. Yeah, nope. Echo does notice it. There is a plume of smoke coming from your west.
Well, that's fun.
Do you mention this to anyone, Echo?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
It
Ooh.
is very tiny and hard to see over the clouds, but there is a plume of black smoke to your west. Once it's pointed out, you can make it out.
Okay. So, like, over here somewhere? Like,
Not quite that far away, but it's still, I'd say it's still about 12, 15 miles off at this point.
close to Houndton?
Yeah, like right about where Hampton would be.
Somewhere in that box.
Yep.
Well, mm. Golly. Ugh. Rosabella will pull her walkie-talkie. Well, okay, first she's gonna look at Lily and just kind of raise her eyebrow to say she'll be checking out.
She holds up 2 fingers on her paw. That she kind of shakes her head and just holds up 2 fingers on her paw.
They should alert somebody, though.
Yes, but kind of feel responsible because I think I know what it is.
Kind of raises her eyebrow.
Where where were we close to when we ran off?
Oh no. Isabella just instantly, her face, her eyes widen. She just, am I responsible for that?
I mean, technically we're not responsible, but I feel a little bit responsible.
Isabella just kind of she just looks up and just,
Yeah, Mom is currently driving as your mom is just still resting and recovering.
is there enough room that, I'm sure, Rosabella is wait, is Rosabella sitting next
You
to
can
Mom?
stand and move around. It's like a small mobile home, like an RV kind of
Okay.
thing.
Is anybody sitting next to Mom?
No, she's so the driver's seat is out front. You have to actually
Yeah, is
open the
there,
door and come out. Nobody's sitting next to her right now.
okay. Rosabella is gonna get her gear, especially her bow, she's gonna keep it, up there with her, and she's just gonna take shifts. Looks at Lily. She's looking at Lily should we take shifts out there?
I mean, we've got a couple days before we get there, unless we speed it up.
I'm just saying, I don't want to take chances right now.
Fair enough. Sure, we'll take shifts.
We don't have to. I can stay out there as long as I want, but
I would prefer you not to be sleep deprived. We know how you get when you're in a combat zone and you haven't slept for days.
hey, sometimes it makes me very irritable, which kind of, boosts things. She just kind of smiles at Lily and just, either way, as long as I can get a couple hours in, I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I would at least suggest seeing if we can hurry up, because the whole Treaty of Dogs thing, if you see trouble, you gotta help.
Yeah. I'm gonna alert them up in Pugmire that we've had a little stop, or might be hitting a stop. We need to check it out. So Rosabella, though, is she's sitting here thinking, God, I just want my parent, like I want mom, and I want mom and Chris to be able to just go. Like I want them to be able to get to Pugmire, and we can handle this. Like it was fine. Like ah, I think at some point Rosabella would just step outside and just kind of smile at mom and sit down next to her.
Ah, running around, huh?
Ah, can't really sleep, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of bumpy around here. We need a better road system.
You know, that's very smart. You should put that in somewhere.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I'm sure you could talk to the new king.
Yeah, I have heard you've got it in with her.
Well, part of the family.
Man, I've heard so many stories about you, and I'm not sure what all's true and what all's not.
I mean, you could ask.
Yeah, we've got several days travel ahead of us, might as well. And she starts basically listing a bunch of stuff that probably happened before you were even taken out of your family originally. Uh, I'm not going to mention anything in general because that's not established or anything, so it's just like
Uh,
rumors and stuff of how you were kind of a bit of the wild child, but you were also the village protector kind of thing.
which I can see very true, because I mean, that is, I mean, wild child in the sense of, well, I could practically fight dad all the time to, make him fight me back.
Yeah, wild child as in you would beat the shit out of bullies. Yeah,
That's very on brand for
it's like you were very Laura Ingalls esque growing up. It was not uncommon for you to come home with a shiner.
But hey, she would take it like a champ. She'd see it as a badge. So, yeah, I can see her just being completely honest about, like, anything that wasn't, like, super invasive. Like, if there was any kind of questions about, like, what, like, that involved what happened, like,
No, I think
if she wouldn't
would
tell
steer
her
clear
mom,
of a
yeah,
lot of that.
if she wouldn't say anything to her mom about anything, if she wouldn't answer her mom that about it, she won't answer to the younger ones about it.
Yeah,
So,
she wouldn't ask about she wouldn't ask specifics, but like, were you well treated? Was the food at least okay? Did you have friends? Things of that nature.
Rosabella and friends. I think she would have friends. Maybe. She had Alexandria.
Yeah, they were friends. I mean, technically, she was her guard for multiple years, but like, they're friends now.
She had the staff that, they're cool. They like Rosabella. Rosabella likes them and she treats them nice. She knows their names. Like, she's she's cool with people. I don't think she would have many friends, though.
Yeah.
More
I do
like
think
work
Alexandria is probably the
acquaintances.
yeah. I do
She
think
work
Alexandria is
acquaintances.
the closest for so many years.
She's got Alexandria.
Yep. But yeah, you get to talking to mom, and she talks about her life as working as a barmaid, and she starts talking about blunt weaponry. Like,
Oh,
she's
Rosabella's
got,
here.
yeah,
Speak up.
she actually starts grabbing stuff out of her bag, and she's like, well, I've got this, and she pulls out probably a 5-pound blackjack, which is unusual for a blackjack. Because normally they're filled with lead pellets. This is a chunk of lead wrapped in leather.
Nice.
And she also pulls out a frickin' shillelagh.
Sanity is a family trait.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. It is ironwood with amberized lead in the head for the shillelagh to make it
Nice.
This thing will crack skulls and bend iron.
Rosabella has the most proud look on her face. Like, she's so proud of Mum. Like, I can see her just putting her paw on Mum's shoulder and just, that's my girl. And she just ruffles the top of her head.
She gets that little, the little sister giggle, which is probably about the only way I can express that.
Oh, I know exactly what it sounds like too. Oh, Rosabella just smiles even brighter, but she turns her attention back towards the west to kind of see how it looks.
I'd say at this point you've probably been driving for about an hour and 45 minutes.
Hmm.
So it's thicker, like the smoke is significantly more visible, but it's also starting to, like, there's breaks in the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, do you have... I have to go through your thing and see. I don't know if this is a lore thing. Because technically it would be a no warfare, but that's not a thing in this.
No. I mean, there's no culture, no nature, no spirituality, history, arcana, and religion here.
Well, culture or history would be the closest on this one.
I'll roll culture.
Yep, whichever one you have better with. Okay, so... Yeah,
all of them
good.
aren't like anything for me. Like, I don't have any like proficiency in any of them, so that's a good roll.
Yes, it is. So with the way it works, this would be... We'll say this is the culture of warfare. This is more like battlefield smoke. As buildings are knocked down, things are caught on fire, and the fires are put out as more things are being knocked alight from skirmishing. That's what would make this pattern of smoke rising in the air.
Okay, so they're fighting back there.
You do also remember that technically Houndton was harboring enemies of Pugmire, even after the battle. The Black Paw still has a major base of operations in Houndton.
Yeah. Oh, this is where that just that neutrality comes here.
God, we gotta wipe them out.
My thought was, I mean, if it takes them out, it takes them.
You wiped out most of them, but they wouldn't let the army go in, Houndton wouldn't, because they are still... They're not at peace with Pugmire, but they're not at war with Pugmire. They just have a non-aggression pact.
It's okay, we'll get them one day.
Yep. Or just leave it alone and you won't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, they are scared of us. but still.
Hey, we have made it past the point. We have fought them enough times and taken them down that we technically should be untouchable.
Oh, you are, absolutely. But there's difference between having a hit on you and having a military action against you.
Yeah. So they should just keep going, is what I'm hearing. They should just keep going and leave it alone.
It is absolutely your decision. That you can at least call it in to Pugmire and be like, hey,
Yeah,
let Brianna know
Rosabella.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what channel would I need to be on to reach you?
I think it was channel 4.
That's for
Horatio Bear.
Alexandria.
Yes,
Hmm.
for Alexandria.
Well then,
What channel would you like?
3.
3? Okay. I think Rosabella would, go to channel 3 and just, hey, it's Rosabella. Are you busy?
Hello, Rosabella. This is Anya.
Hi. Hi, Anya. Can you send a message to Brianna for me?
Give me one moment. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Can you let her know that something is going on with Houndton, and there's a lot of smoke. There has been some monsters in the area, so I'm unsure of if that's the cause of what's going on. I'm going to assume, but if we can see it from where we are down near Waterdog Port, it's probably more intense there. So I don't know what wants to be done.
Her Majesty has put Oscar in charge of things relating to Taunton, but I will communicate this information to both.
Okay, if I could be updated, just keep me updated, please.
Someone will be in touch.
All right, thank you. Rosabella would just put it up and just any days back where we were and continue talking to Mom.
Yep, the days pass fairly peacefully, even though the smoke grows and dims as you're traveling past. When you're about, say, a good mile away from Houndton, it is clear that there is more rubble than town now.
Damn.
However, wandering around just outside of the city gates, very punch drunk is the two-headed giant. It is looking like a living pincushion.
So it's still alive?
It has.
Or it's dead?
I will literally say it has 1 hit point left.
Oh.
Like this thing has been battling for days, just wreaking havoc, and it just got to the point where it's like, screw this, I'm going away.
Is it gonna engage them and fight?
It would be stupid too. It's at 1
Okay.
hit point.
Well, I assume that you said this thing wasn't smart, but I'm assuming it's smart enough.
It is not smart. Once you're close enough for it to see you, I will do an intelligence test on it. 'Cause you're still about a mile away, and it literally moves 20 feet around.
Rosabella, however, is going to get her bow at the ready. Just sit there. Like, she's just gonna, like, Mom may be looking at her, but she's just gonna have her bow there and just be like, don't ask questions.
Yeah, no,
Just-
it's that
just in
dumb.
case. It's that dumb!
It's that dumb. As you are trundling past, barely going like a mile an hour, this thing sees you in the distance, looks at itself, looks at the town behind it, and it has one thought in its head. Food. So it takes 2 giant steps towards you. You're
If I
about
shot
60
my
feet away from it.
if I shot my bow, would it hit it?
Probably.
Okay, you know what? Sure, let's go for it. We're just gonna see how, if this doesn't hit, we can roll initiative.
Yup.
Oh, did not do it? Hold on.
It hasn't gone through yet. That will not hit.
Oh,
You do
wait,
have
I
another
get
attack.
2! I get 2! Damn it! I gotta roll initiative!
Oh, man. Oh.
Eh?
Oh my. Yeah. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Alright, do I gotta click on anything or can I just roll it?
You can pull your token out, or you can just roll it, because there's no point in having an image right now. Unless you want, I can bring you
Hold on.
back out to the battle map.
Unless this thing gets a 20 or anybody else gets a 20.
You know what? I will go ahead and bring you back out to the battle map.
Was that the correct amount of dice rolled for a lightning bolt attack?
I will have to check the spell.
Because I saw like 50 on the screen.
You rolled max damage with an exploding bonus.
Do you need me to roll again?
No, I'll just add you.
Okay.
Oh, you do not roll to hit with the lightning bolt. And it's 66 damage on a dex save. So, you might not have to roll initiative.
He is toasty. He became the food.
So give me 1 second.
I'm very
What is
upset
his
that those
dex?
hits did not hit. I'm so sad. He just Roosevelt just shoots and just too short. Shoot
What
again.
is your DC?
Too short.
What is your DC?
Which one is DC?
It's your attack chance.
Um,
So there's no roll on lightning bolt. It's just your DC, which is...
Yeah.
How do you do DC again in this one? Is it the same as, I think it's your I'll have to check that now, yay.
Normally 10 plus proficiency plus probably our intelligence
That's
modifier.
what I was thinking as well, but I have to double check. Because it's Pugmire. Okay. Yeah, so it's 10 plus proficiency plus your intelligence. So 10 15. You have a DC of 19. Yeah, it fails. So roll, just flat roll 66. So /R space 6d6. Where that works. Yeah, he is fried food.
I just continue on their way.
So, Oh, the gate of Hountain is now alight as well. As well as the club in the giant's hand.
Oh. That
There,
they need to fix.
there does not seem to be anyone actually trying to put it out at the moment.
Yeah, but they technically would be the cause of that, and that could be seen as as an attack.
Yeah.
Do you have any type of water magic?
uh, I
Or like sand?
That
is
would
that
not.
close enough?
No, that's not gonna. Heal's not gonna fix the fire.
Just a
Oh.
close enough like similarity.
No.
Uh,
We
So
need to stop that, don't
basically,
we?
what Echo is saying is, I have nothing that I can do for this. All my magic is fire based.
I assume the door's open so that I can see what's going on, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. They see the giant, the charred giant, with holding the torch in its dead hand on the ground that has lit the gate on fire. Of course, most of the actual palisade is gone. It's just the gate that's burning now.
Isabella just looks at Lily and just, this would be our fault.
You know what? She leans her head out the door. Can we speed it up a bit?
Isabella just looks at Lily and looks at Mom, and just.
She doesn't even question anything. She just clicks her tongue and snaps the reins.
Another thing Rosabella would take over. It's just. Rosabella just. The channel. She probably needs to alert again. So she just clicks the walkie-talkie on and just. So we got an update. As she waits.
Who are you alerting on?
She's still on channel 3, so it would still be going to Bea.
What? I'm so sorry. What did you just say then to Anya?
She goes, we got an update.
By the tone of your voice, I don't believe Her Majesty will enjoy this update.
Probably not. So, the monster that I've been wreaking havoc on on Hountain was at the gate and decided to, engage with us in fight. So, of course, our mage attacked. Hit him real good. Got it down. Set fire to the gate.
I will see if Her Majesty had something already in place. I don't know what she does half the time anymore.
I'm pretty sure nobody does that at this point. We just kind of let her go with it as long as she gets some sleep.
So, Chef does kind of shuffles up to Anya at this point in time. Well, so we're technically in a non-aggression pact with Hountain. We don't fight them, they don't fight us, but I haven't been able to get into contact with anyone over there. So, it's casualties of war?
I think Anya, at this moment, she feels perplexed. sometimes I feel some of these things are above my pay grade, but then again, Her Majesty does play very well.
Was that quick that Rosabella would have been able to hear? Or was that just
I think in this moment, yes.
Rosabella just don't doubt yourself. You should get paid a whole lot more, Anya.
This should be a conversation for another time, but you don't understand, Rosabella.
Just, I too wish that I got paid more.
Alexandria! He reviewed the budget around Rosabella, and Rosabella kept her mouth shut the entire time. Didn't say a word.
Entire fucking time.
Do you think Rosabella would have said something? Because Rosabella was just shocked she actually was getting paid. But at this current moment, she really does want that.
So yeah, you are still moving as this conversation is going on. So the next few days pass, and kind of a bit of just there's a little bit of insane laughter coupled with just checking in and updates and complaints on both sides.
I think this is where I feel like Anya would be, right? Especially being so close to Brianna, right? Like, I think Brianna has things going on in, like, Hountain. Like, she has things that are, like, working on in the background. Maybe it can't necessarily work with this, maybe for levels of subtlety. But I think Anya seeing what kind of nonsense Brianna does daily, especially when she doesn't sleep now a lot more than she, used to. I think she would redirect this to Alexandria.
Yep, absolutely. And there is also
Wait, what gets redirected to Alexandria?
the whole Hountain thing.
Actually, that might be important because is it
See, I would say at this point in time too, Brianna has probably found the caffeine spell.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like is trying to very, very with much difficulty trying to manage to not form an addiction, right?
Yup.
I think there are people who also have found the sleep spell, commoners included.
Yup.
The question is, what gets said to Alexandria about the?
I think what happens is Anya very discreetly, right, does not want Brianna to get any whiff of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not just Alexandria.
Alright.
Yes.
Hands you the walkie. This is for you.
Just so much confusion. I imagine she just clicks it on and just hello.
A situation. Rosabella is involved. Please do not let Her Majesty know.
Well, I mean, I am an expert at keeping my sister uninvolved in endeavors, but
Rosabella just comes through and just, Alexandria, what are you doing on this walkie-talkie? Don't you have your own?
I do. But Anya appeared at the door. I was working on things in the office. Right.
Ah, well, I assume by Anya coming in there and putting the walkie-talkie in here, I understand, Anya. I understand. Please get some rest.
I think if you take one look at Anya, for as much exhaustion as we talk about with Brianna, right? If Brianna is like a stage 9, Anya is like a stage 7.
Oh, absolutely. It's like before she even leaves the door, Sebastian is just handing her a thermos of black coffee.
I think she just downs it.
Oh no, this is a thermos, like a 1.5 liter thermos.
No, she downs. I didn't stutter. She downs it.
I know. I'm just saying this is gonna take a minute to down.
Yeah, you just
Or unmoving, just chugging it for like a solid minute.
She goes from looking like a 7 to an 8 for a moment, and then down to like a 6.
So we'll just, if Anya's still there, tell her to get a drink with me whenever I
Listen, Anya has to know how to drink like a pro. Let's be real.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, she's not saying they're
Rosabella.
getting drunk, they're just getting a drink together.
Yeah, getting a drink together with Rosabella and Anya probably means shutting down the bar.
God.
Listen, Anya has paid enough to do that.
Oh my
So-
god.
we're gonna go to the drink together. Alexander's just hearing Roosevelt saying this stuff, and it's probably just like, it's not bad.
Yeah. The thing is that she's like, it's that bad. She also like has like stacks of paperwork just all over her desk. And I think she just kind of looks up at Sebastian, motions towards her own cup,
It is already refilled.
and just, right, Rosabella, what
Yeah.
exactly did you get into?
We try to avoid everything, okay? And this was attempted to avoid.
One moment. Have you learned nothing in all the travels that we have taken?
I've learned a lot, Alexandria. So we tried to take care of it before it escalated even more. So to be fair, we were gonna be just a neutral party, not get involved, and then the monster came at us, and I tried to shoot it.
monster?
Yeah,
No,
monster.
no.
You hear
No.
a very quiet, a very younger Lily voice over the line. Just, I think it was a giant.
It was definitely a giant. Monster's a monster. Anyways,
Right.
Bella,
Continuing.
see Rosabelle
continuing.
right now. She's just pinching the bridge of her muzzle. Like she's just pinching right next to her eyes, and she's just so. We were hoping it wouldn't see us. It saw us. It got up to come attack us because it's stupid. Anyways, it was at the gates of Hountain. It's been wreaking havoc on Hountain. Hountain has been. It's been hit.
What
But
do you mean exactly?
again,
It's been-
neutral party. I didn't stutter. It got
You
hit.
didn't stutter.
I mean, Rosabella, there are many forms of a hit.
Yeah. Nano kind of appears in front of you, Alexandria. And there is just a live satellite image display hovering on the ground about 12 feet from you of Hountain. And half of it's rubble, half of it's on fire, and what's not on fire has people digging through the rubble looking for people.
Rosabella Pomeranian,
I didn't do a damn thing.
you are turning that cart around this instant.
I'm turning this card around. I'm sorry. We have
Right.
a mother who is still. My mother is still healing.
Rosabella, I am actively watching what will be a national travesty.
Sebastian,
You at the
just
very least need
Stands
to
up in the
assure
cart.
at this point, Sebastian clears his throat and puts the Treaty of Hountain on your desk, Alexandria.
as Alexandria, she's just quickly skimming it.
It is a non-aggression, non-interference treaty. It only allows for adventure actions to be taken place in monetary compensation, then the adventurers must immediately leave.
Right, but I believe that we have gone past the non-aggression. I believe we may have just done an aggression.
He
I think
actually
it's the
points,
definition.
he actually points to a
Technically
addendum
speaking,
for natural disasters of monster kind.
technically speaking, the monster is the one who set the place on fire.
Pause for a moment, Rosabelle, and I think Alexandria just kind of, you hear the click of her putting the walkie-talkie down, looking Sebastian dead in the eyes, and just, right. So do you think that we can play it like we had no involvement at all?
technically, this would be considered a mercenary action.
Of course.
We can
But
we can charge Houndton for slaying the beast, and also remedially remove the charge for the mercenary action and send it towards reconstitution of the city. Legally, the best we could do is send about 1,000 plastic and a nice gift basket.
right, so what we're going to do is we are going to charge them, then we're going to use that coin along with some of our own to make a donation towards the rebuilding. And I am going to need you to please call up every winery within the next several miles. Try to find one that has an excellent vintage in stock. Purchase the best one that you can find, and build a gift basket that would suit, perhaps soothing over any issues. I'm going to write a very polite letter to include with it.
Before you do that, I
Right.
would suggest having areas prepared for refugees.
Absolutely. I will go ahead and contact the branch. I'll begin getting movements in place. Please go hunt down a vintage.
I will be right on it, ma'am. Actually, I
Thank
might have
you.
something particularly well for this.
Oh, I am absolutely curious to see what you pull out of your cabinet now.
Yeah, this would be the equivalent of like Don Perignon.
Oh,
Oh. Are you sure you're willing to part with it, Sebastian?
I do happen to have a baker's dozen bottles. I shan't miss one.
I truly appreciate your sacrifice. Right, and there's a click as she kind of holds up a paw to Sebastian, and she just, right, Rosabella, we have reviewed the treaties itself, as well as begun preparations to both house refugees and...
so I'm not coming back. Or I am coming back. I'm not going back there.
You're coming back as quickly as you can. Please hide your face for the next several miles, because the last thing I need, as much as I do love you, is to need to soothe over even more relations.
They didn't see me. And I mean, it's not
Rosabella?
like I did anything.
I think there's a moment of silence. You just did echo.
I'm not saying anything. Because the
Right.
less you know, the better position you're in.
You know what? I will take it. Though I would warn whatever caster that perhaps would ever dare to shoot a flame like that near a city to choose a better aim next time or lure it further out. It is quite expensive
You
to
just
do what
hear,
we are doing.
technically he hit it with lightning.
Did he now? Right. Well, I did not hear that.
No, you
Just-
just assumed. Isabella I hope you can tell she is smiling at this point. She just...
We see her smiling, and I imagine she can just feel Alexandria's look. They've known each other for so many years just through the fucking thing. And she just... Rosabella?
We'll be home soon.
Alright, be safe. Please try not to destroy anything else on your way home.
Hey, we didn't destroy anything. I don't know what you're talking about. We're just travelers getting some people home.
And
Of
thus
course.
plausible deniability comes to Pugmire.
Of course. Right, and pass the message along to your family for me. We did get their quarters prepared. I did set up a room for each of them. If they are in need of anything, please just let me know, and I will assure it's here when they arrive.
Yeah, the same
Rosabella-
almost Lily-like voice says, I've never had my own bedroom before.
Well, you are
Isabella
going
just
to
smiles
love
at
it.
Mom.
You're going to absolutely love it. We set up one of the rooms for you that overlooks the gardens.
Sounds like fun.
Isabella looks
Now-
at Mom, and all Alexandria can hear is, "Oh, wait till you see all the weapons we got."
Oh.
All of it runs in the family. Understood then. I will have it moved to overlook the training grounds.
And
Right.
the last, with
Mhm.
the end of the conversation ends, the last few days will pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
You can finish the conversation. I'm just saying after you end it. Well,
Oh, no, I think that's good for the
I think that's the perfect area,
yeah.
to end it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a few days later, the mud splattered and quite. Wait, let's say there is a bit of pomp and circumstance to these horses as they enter the gates of Pugmire. They are large and in charge, and they know it. And they
I
are
love
just
them.
trotting in. You know those Christmas Budweiser commercials where the Clydesdales are pulling the sleigh?
Oh, yeah.
It's like that, except for there's only two
Oh.
of them.
Frankie's gonna have a field day to see them.
The snow is kicking up around them. The mud is splashing, and they are just the the Clydesdale even has a Fabio moment as it just shakes its head.
Rosabella just looks. I assume at this point, because I'm sure they switched out a bunch of times. Is it Mom again?
Yep. And she is
uh,
just paw on snoot, just face palming. He is
just
such a showboater.
hey, whenever you work hard, play harder. He wants all eyes on him, huh?
Yes.
I know someone who'd like to see him.
So yeah, you give her directions to the manor, and
Mm.
it doesn't take but an hour to actually reach the front gates.
I like to imagine the house since Alexandria has taken over. It just looks so pretty, even in winter. Like it's well decorated. Like the tall stone gates that line our house because I imagine our house is also set up for
Oh, absolutely.
attacks. Everything has been repaired. Like this beautiful metal gate that has stuff carved into the wrought iron just opens. It's so pretty. There's a long stone drive. I imagine it's just gorgeous this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the cart starts coming, about halfway down the drive, there is just this little brown and white spotted blur bolting out of the front door.
Is it all?
It is. Rosabella, the first thing you hear as you are close enough to this little lightning bolt is, "Mom! Mama Rosabella!"
Rosabella jumps out of a carriage. She literally is gonna jump out to meet him and pick him up and hold him.
Oh, he just buries into your fur.
Well, hi, baby. How you doing?
I have missed you so much, and look, he pulls out. It is a third scale rapier. It's a real rapier.
She just this white smile and just look at you. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Have you been practicing with
I get to stab the dummy.
it? Wonderful. That's such a good feeling, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And
Oh,
he pulls out another another thing out of his pocket, and it's just a set of very worn down lockpicks. Like the rake is worn thin, almost. It's like I can pick almost every lock in the house now too.
Oh, we're gonna have to change locks again. I'm so proud of you.
We have in fact changed those locks 4 times in the last year.
It's the last. Only 4. Only 4 times.
Hey, that's good progress for his age.
Yes, no, she's super proud of him. Rosabella just smiles, but then she turns back to look towards the carriage coming and just, you want to meet your grandmother?
As
And
the
your aunt
carriage
and
pulls
uncle?
to a stop, your mom comes out wearing what looks like a white fur stole until you hear it purring.
That baby! Rosabella just, she just, he definitely keeps you warm, doesn't he?
He is very warm. Although he's a bit, she actually smacks Paul, a bit handsy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mom, this is Ollie.
Well,
And she kind of like turns around and just, we adopted him a bit ago.
well,
So, this is my boy.
she gets down, and I guess you can call me. I don't like grandmother. How about Dame? Dame Lady. Ollie kind of looks
Rosabella.
at her, looks at you, looks at her, and just without like even straining, just springs from your grasp and lands in her arms.
Rosabella just is smiling so bright at him.
And the first thing he says is, "Damn lady."
Damn, lady.
Close. Close, Ollie, close.
He's never heard Dame before.
Rosabella just looks at her mom and just, we'll work on it.
Yeah. I haven't been called that since I was very young.
Mom! Anyways, let's get inside. It's still pretty cold. Come on.
Yes. And Mom and Chris climb out. Lily is. You're not sure what she's doing? As she is. You hear the sound of nails being pried loose. As a few
Rosabella
minutes
walks over to
later-
her.
Yep, a few minutes later, as you're walking over to her, you finally hear the pop of wood coming free from nail as she is carrying in the paw prints.
Oh.
Rosabella just smiles so brightly and just, good idea. And I can see her like maybe like taking Lily, like putting her arm around Lily and just taking her inside.
As you come in, greeted by the warm fire of the Pomeranian Manor, and Ollie just jabbering a mile a minute to Lady and Mom and Chris, and when you realize Chris and Ollie are the same age.
Rosabella takes a moment to let that sit in. And just, he's adopted. You didn't actually have him. You did not birth him. You did not birth somebody the same age as your brother.
Listen, he's our baby.
Your mom just kind of nudges and says, "You know, it's fine. You're not that old, you're not that young, you're about in the right age. Just, maybe settle down and get me some more grandkids."
I don't think you'll have to worry about that. You'll get some. They will be
Roosevelt,
pretty big, though.
the first sight you see walking into the manor, because this will be a first for you too, is the massive, probably I'd say 12, 15 foot tall Pugmas tree in the foyer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And you know the house just smells amazing. It smells like warm pine.
Rosabella just stops her movement and just looks at it. And, like, she's stunned. Like, she just. Oh. That's a first. I can just, at that point, see her just. Alexandria?
I like to imagine it's at that exact time Alexander is coming down like the main staircase. I like to think like I did pick out a little outfit for her. I do think she's dressed far more casually than she has been the entirety of the campaign because this is a year later.
Yup.
I think like she goes for like that oversized like pretty white sweater with like a lace collar to it. She has like the necklace hanging down, like the Pomeranian house brooch on one side, like a really cute like little corset belt tied around, a flowing like black skirt that she probably like is made from a similar material to something Makota gave her at some point. She just looks real cute. I think you're home then.
It's a Pugmas tree.
I think by then Alexander's reached the bottom of the stairs and she just kind of walks over with that usual grace of hers and places a paw on Rosabella's arm and just, Frankie wrote for us. He thought it was time that perhaps we bring something new into the house.
That's Sly Dog.
Oh, quite sly.
You both hear grunting from Ollie as he worms his way down, and I've been hiding this for a while because I knew it was going to be happening, because I was told in my presence. The letter was hard to read, but I did read it, and he runs to the back of the Pugmas tree, and you hear grunting and groaning as he pushes forward 6 boxes wrapped in bones and battle axes. There is one for each Rosabella, Lily, Lady, Mum, Chris, and one for the cat.
Rosabella just. She's just in shock at the current moment. Like, genuine shock. Because it's like. The biggest thing she could have asked for Pugmas was to be with her family, and then to see all this happening here too. She's just slightly overwhelmed. I can see her just staring at all of it and just shaking her head and just, well, oh. And she looks down at Alexandria and, like, grabs her paw and just, come meet my mom and sister and brother.
I would love to. And Alexandria will kind of like let her guide her along, and once they get over there, Alexandria will take like that, like kind of like a Rosabella, and do that like perfectly practiced little curtsy and just. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Alexandria Pomeranian, head of House Pomeranian.
So, Mum immediately grabs you, Alexandria, lifts you up into a tight hug, and spins you around, and says, "You don't gotta be all formal with us. We're all family here."
I can imagine Rosabella's in the back, just like, oh, this is her default state. You don't
This is
understand.
like this 14-year-old girl is picking you up.
I know, and I think Alexandria just like is getting squished, and she's just, no, I completely understand that. Oh, you can put me down,
She
please.
sits you down after about 2 more twirls. And you're just so cute, and I want to know who does your fur. And then the girl talk starts.
And I think it just ends with Alexander. I'll get you an appointment. I already did speak with the head of our guard, since you do have an interest in weaponry. Now, of course, you will need to speak with your mother, and I would get any assurance or permission for it. But we are always taking recruits for some of our lessons.
Oh,
I'll
her
be
eyes
more-
brighten up so fast.
If it is something you are interested in, I can get you signed up to begin.
Yeah,
Of course, depending on how long you are staying.
Dame Lady just shakes her head, and she's been working as a barmaid for about 1.5 years now. You have probably just made her lifetime.
Well, we'll see where you are in a few years. And if you can prove yourself, I would be more than happy to hire you on.
Chip comes out, kind of shy, a little bashful, and he gives his best approximation of a bow. I'm Chrysanthemum. I said
Alexander-
Chip, I meant Chris.
Yeah, Alexander kind of just gently crouches down and smiles and just... Now, aren't you polite? The pleasure is mine, Chris.
I don't think you would have to really crouch down. I'm pretty sure he's
Nope.
probably taller than you still.
Yeah, he's a bit
He's
taller
still
than
taller than her.
you. Yeah,
She doesn't crouch down. I think she says, like, tip her chin up.
a little bit. He's very young. He's only the same age as Ollie, but he still probably stands about a head taller than you.
Everyone is taller than Alexandria.
Yep.
She's
Not Ollie.
Oh,
Ollie will never get taller than you. He's a chihuahua.
the one person she'll be taller than. I think she just kind of gives him a little smile and just, the pleasure is mine.
This is a very lovely home, and it smells wonderful in here. And his tail is, it's, you know, when you have the shy dogs and they do that tentative wag.
Mm-hmm.
He is doing that right now.
I think Alexandria kind of reaches out and gently, like, she has to move onto her tippy toes just a little bit, because he is younger, and she'll just kind of gently pat him on the head a little bit and just... The pleasure is mine, and I am more than happy to have you in our home. As was already stated, all of you are family of Rosabella's, and as such, you are family to the Pomeranians. For as long as you are to stay, we would love to host you.
The lady comes up last, and she gives a perfectly executed curtsy. And, well, this is a bit unusual for me to be back here, considering what happened before, but technically, we've already met.
We?
We have, many years ago.
You just see that confused little twitch of Alexandria's ear. Slight little head tilt that she does. The little thing where her tongue comes out, she's really cute.
You were quite little at the time, but, we met on that fateful day, and I will speak nothing more of it.
Of course, I apologize. I do not remember meeting you, but it is an honor to make your acquaintance again.
She nods, and it is wonderful to be reassured that my daughters have actually been in a warm and loving home and not the hellhole we assumed.
A moment where Alexandria's eyes just kind of go over to Rosabella.
Isabella just smiles and just nods her head of, it's okay. We're okay.
Well, we have loved having them as part of our family. And both of them have made amazing strides here in Pugmire and have accomplished quite impressive tasks.
So I've heard.
Perhaps I could regale you with a few more stories over breakfast.
Perhaps, but if you don't mind, and she actually starts wrestling the cat off of her, who is grabbing very, very tight.
Alexander
I'll
like
actually
takes
come
a step
over.
away.
Rosabella comes over and just, come here.
Yep, he will immediately transfer to you and just full on hug mode.
Rosabella rolls her eyes and just scritches under his chin.
I was getting a little bit too warm, and it's kind of hard to talk when you have a cat vibrating against your neck.
Understandable.
Right. By any means. I look forward to getting to know each of you. Sebastian,
Yes, ma'am.
Can
He
you
just
go
kind
ahead?
of appears out of nowhere.
I imagine it's a little startling for the people who aren't used to him. Alexander is just like not even. She's just he just appears. Can you go ahead and get a few of the maids to bring in their things and get them settled?
They are already on it, ma'am.
Thank you. Did you get that basket sent out?
It has been finalized, but hasn't been sent out yet. It will be going out on the morning post.
Thank you. You are dismissed. Whatever you need to handle, if I have need, I will let you know.
He kind of rolls his eyes just a bit at the "you are dismissed," and breakfast will be ready within the hour, ma'am. And
Thank you,
just
Sebastian.
disappears.
Alexander will just kind of. Right. Well, we are all here. We are going to get you settled. I know that you have had quite a few long days of travel. If you would like to freshen up before we eat, you are more than welcome. I did have the maids, I wasn't sure on sizing for clothing or the like. I did have them go ahead and lay out a few fresh outfits, as I know how being on the road can make everything dirty. You're more than welcome to anything. If you have a need of anything, as I have stated before, just let our family know.
We do dearly appreciate it.
Alexander kind of
Go ahead and she will kneel down and give you a hug. Kind of out of the blue, but it's more of a Rosabella family trait. As she gives you a hug and she's, I'm glad to consider you part of our family. And you can hear the tears in her eyes as she's hugging you.
Oh no! I think Alexander is like, there's that second where she's tense, and then she just kind of relaxes and wraps her arms around her, and she just. And I am more than honored to consider each of you part of us. As I have said, Rosabella and Lily have done amazing things for this family, and I could not imagine my life without them. Thank you.
Alright, and with that, we will break.
Woo!
Yay!
It's done!
It is! It's the finale, yay!
Yay!
Stop it.
Alright, well, thank you everyone for listening, and have a good night, and Merry Pugsmas!
Merry Xmas!
Merry Pugmas!